All right, we are on the draw. On the draw, they chose to play first. We are on the draw with Rug Delver. This hand looks quite keepable. Mishra's Bauble, Serum Visions, Delver of Secrets, and a blue source. Going to help us keep this land. Our opponent kept 7 as well. There's nothing we can do, so we're just going to yield priority. Opponent shocks with a Stomping Ground. Wild Nacatl. Ooh, some zoo it looks like. That's exciting. By the way, this is match 3 of the current league. I remembered because I just finished the previous one, in which I forgot. We are currently 2-0 in this league, which is pretty exciting. Going up against some zoo variant. Foil Wild Nacatl. Very nice. We have Mishra's Baubles here, and we have some stuff. We have decisions to make. I think our decisions start with casting a Bauble and looking at our top card. We know for a fact that we're going to hit our next land drop, so I am confident in slamming this Delver instead of using Visions in an attempt to hit the land drop. We're also going to play the second Bauble out for a very good reason. We're about to draw that Misty, and once we do, we're not going to know what the top card of our deck is, and we're not going to have that Mishra's Bauble advantage with Transforming Delver. Arid Mesa for our opponent. Looks like your standard Naya aggro deck. I'm pretty sure it's Naya and not Naya. Here's a basic Plains, which means we're not playing against Burn. Looks like a more traditional zoo deck. We're just going to take this hit. Nothing we can really do about it. We're not blocking a 3/3 Wild Nacatl with Delver of Secrets. That's bad. The opponent with Voice of Resurgence. That's going to be annoying. Let's look at our top card. Top card is another Misty Rainforest. Waiting for our opponent, it looks like. Wait, oh, I have to stack the triggers. We want to draw first, so Delver hits the stack first. Draw Misty. Delver looks at another Delver. Okay. Okay. No instance in the graveyard yet, so Tarmogoyf looks like a pretty good play. Delver of Secrets is probably going to do a lot of nothing against the opponent for a little while here. Waiting for the opponent to let us draw that second Delver, which is going to join the first in doing a lot of nothing for a little while. I want to fetch out a basic forest here. We're going to need a lot of green mana anyways. No red spells yet. Let's play this Tarmogoyf. It'll be on blocking duty unless it gets pathed. Possibly double bolted, Helix Bolt. Delvers will eventually help us close out the game. For now, they're going to be next to useless. We can't really block that Wild Nacatl because we have just a little tiny Goyf. A very redundant Goyf. Not redundant as in we have a second Goyf. I very much like having 2 Goyfs. It's redundant because it's little and tiny. Thalia is going to make our Goyfs kind of bad. Here's a Spell Snare. That's not fantastic, but Delver can now trade, and that is pretty good. Non-basic lands as well, I believe? Yup, so this Misty's gonna enter tapped. Any creatures we play, gonna enter tapped. Mandrill's not a play yet. I kind of want to use this Visions to grow Tarmogoyf, stem the bleeding a bit more. Seems like a good idea. We don't really want the 5th land, so let's bottom that, and I honestly don't even want the Mana Leak. We already played our land for the turn in a very strange looking tapped Misty. Do I want to swing with this Aberration? I kind of want to keep it back in case they path the Tarmogoyf. That way we can at least block something. Our hand isn't really asking us to be very aggressive here. We're probably just going to slam Mandrills next turn. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yes. Delver's going to look to trade here. Goyf is going to attempt to eat this Thalia. They might have a Bolt. Something to help them out here. Okay. Cool. I actually almost blocked Thalia with Delver just because I didn't think it mattered. And seeing the first strike damage there quite terrifies me. So, still not knowing how to play Magic. Accidentally doing it right. Here's like Collected Company. So we're up against Naya Company. Not a very common deck. Then again, we're playing Rug Delver. So what do I know about common decks? I would love to see a Lightning Bolt here. That would make my day. Snapcaster Mage, not a Lightning Bolt. Unless we want to flashback Serum Visions, we may as well just go for Tarmogoyf here. We're going to have to put ourselves quite low to play both of these green fatties. I don't like that. Flooded Strand going to enter tapped. We're not looking to flashback Visions here. We actually can't pay Shock to have Breeding Pool enter untapped because of this Thalia. So we're actually just casting the one fatty, and it will enter tapped. So the question is, Goyf or Mandrills? We can go Mandrills plus Delver, which is not nothing. That also lets us hold up a Spell Snare. The opponent does know about Spell Snare. And we probably don't want to do anything of the sort with this Voice of Resurgence on the table. But I like the idea of playing two creatures. And that's something I enjoy. We can still play Goyf plus Delver if we get a basic island. We just can't play Goyf plus Mandrills or all three because we can't get another green source here. If I was thinking about Thalia, I probably would have gotten the Breeding Pool before the Forest. That way we would be able to play two things and they would be untapped for our next turn, as is. I think I want to play a Tarmogoyf. It's bigger. I like that it's bigger. Trample, I don't think going to be super relevant here because I'm looking to be... I want to play nice and slow. And I also want to crack this fetch. I don't expect Spell Snare to be very good. The opponent knows about Spell Snare, and they honestly don't have that many 2 CMC cards in their deck. At least not that I can think of. To be fair, they have Voice of Resurgence, but I'm not looking to counter a Voice of Resurgence while they have a Voice of Resurgence out. The opponent doing their best to get us dead. Believe we just blocked the Thalia. It's just the same as blocking Nacatl. Gets worse if they have the Bolt, so there is that. Then again, if they have the Bolt, we're dead, and we are. We're going to go sideboard. Our spreadsheet here definitely does not have Zoo decks. Let's see if MTG Goldfish has anything about Naya Company. Didn't look like they were playing blue, so I'm not going to assume it's 4-color. Green-White Company, 4-color humans, elves, Obzon, elves, Bant, what are we at? Elves, white-green, Obzon, still Obzon, lots of Obzon. 4-color retreat and white-green, and apparently we can look at the company bit down there, so MTG Goldfish not going to help us with this. We're going to have to sideboard from memory. Mountain is good, Huntmaster is good. Bedlam Reveler looks quite bad. Bedlam Reveler, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right the first time. Blood Moon, not great against them. Pyroclasm, something I like at least a bit. Ancient Grudge, probably not great. Entrancing Melody, not bad at all, actually. Flash Freeze, quite nice. Ceremonious Rejection looks pretty bad. Disrupting Shoal can probably go. They're going to board in Paths, but I don't think that matters. Dismember is probably good enough to stay, while Vapor Snag is not. I like the idea of boarding out the Thought Scours. Bolt effects are going to be red gold here. Maybe a Denial. Denial seems at least decent. Not boarding out any Mishra's Baubles. Maybe a one of Mandrills. Really want my fatties. I don't know if we want Knuckleblade. I feel like it's good enough. We definitely want all of the Bolt effects. I could see boarding out at least a counter, maybe a Spell Snare. We have a minute left. I'm going to Google Naya Company and hope that it comes up. Okay, here we go. We have a deck list from a while ago. Good enough. This will at least give us an idea. Kasali or Quasali, not sure. Okay, so they do sometimes run Goyf. That's going to make me want Spell Snare. That's what I was interested in, whether or not I actively want to board out Spell Snare. Maybe one Denial, one Mana Leak? Spell Snare's got to be worse than Mana Leak on the play, right? Is that what we do? I feel like Dismember's good enough. I'm expecting at least some fatties. Maybe one Mandrills instead of the... We kept both Mana Leaks. I think I'd rather have the Denial. Denial counters Company and it counters Path as well as Bolt and whatever else, as opposed to going for the Goyfs and the Voices. I think I like that. We're going to submit. We're going to be on the play. How good is this hand? It has interaction, it has cantrips, it has lands. Hopefully we can find more good stuff and some threats. The opponent mulled to 6. Keeping that one. We're going to go to our main phase, get a Steam Vents here. I wonder if I should have kept Foothills in my hand to fetch a basic mountain. That's got to be relevant a non-zero amount of the time. Well, there's the mountain. Pyroclasm I don't hate. I don't think I want it. Visions, I don't really want either. We're probably shuffling them back in anyways, to be fair. So I don't think it matters that much. I'm probably just going to bolt a 1-drop and cast another Visions here, to be quite honest. That, of course, is going to involve shuffling in the previous scry so we can maintain the new scry. Here is a basic forest and a wild Nacatl. That dies to a stiff breeze. Pyroclasm off the top, even though we scried it away, that's fine. We do have a second one, so that's not a bug, and I don't hate it. I kind of just want to go with Bolt Visions, so I think that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to get a basic island. Our life total is definitely relevant here. We're essentially playing a mid-range deck. Cast that. Mishra's Bauble, Hooting Mandrill's Mana Leak, both cards I like. Probably not both cards we're going to be able to keep, given that we're going to have to fetch to play Mandrills. So I think, well, we may as well top both anyways. But, oh, we can't have both, because we drew Bauble. Bauble's a good card, guys. Bauble is so great. We're going to end up cracking this shortly. And we're going to have enough stuff in the graveyard that we can go Mandrills, Hold Up, Leak, which is going to be pretty great. Ratchet Bomb, I don't think I care about at all. Not that we can counter it, but I'm just saying I really don't care. Let's look at our opponent's top card. It's a Tarmogoyf. Crack open the Goyf view. We're going to want to shrink that. Or we could just Mana Leak it, you know. That's an option. They have Land Creature. I think we're going to prioritize making that Goyf a little bit smaller. Just in case we want to play around Path, we'll get a basic forest. Okay, so we want to get rid of Mishra's Bauble, Serum Visions. I think Lightning Bolt is good enough that we leave it in the graveyard. So I believe we're going to delve like that. Goyf shows up as a 0/0, which is kind of annoying given that MTGO gives us the information when Goyf is in our hand. We have our clock / our blocker. Ratchet Bomb's going to start ticking up. In 6 turns it can deal with Mandrills, which is relevant. Not hugely relevant. Goyf is currently a 3/4, but it is relevant. They can actually grow Goyf by sacking the Ratchet Bomb. I think we're going to counter Goyf. It's a 3/4. If they sack this just to grow it, it gets bigger. That's a problem. It blocks Mandrills. If they have the path, they have the path. What are you going to do? They probably do have the path, given that they're holding up this Plains, but... Yep, that's fine. Grab a basic island. Mishra's Bauble, we're going to play. That is no longer revealed. Get rid of it. Close that. And I do want to draw first, I think. We're going to draw... Oh, they have a Chandra Torch of Defiance coming? They don't have red mana yet. Huh. I just realized that. But they used 2 fetch lands. So they intentionally did not get red mana. I wonder why that is. We drew a Breeding Pool. Not fantastic. Well, they're not casting Chandra. They're shocking. Passing the turn. That's pretty strongly screaming, I have collected company in hand, please tap out. I don't really want to oblige. I do want to play this Flooded Strand. It's just going to get a Steam Vents. We don't have a Steam Vents in Exile because otherwise it can't get anything. Is it worth it? Did we shuffle the deck recently? Post. Yeah, we did because of the path. So I guess it might be worth it, but really I don't care. I'm just going to play Breeding Pool tapped. I'd rather not take the damage. Don't think the thinning is going to be as relevant as the life. And we have quite a bit of mana. The opponent does not know about our Stubborn Denial, so they're not playing around it. Don't know what they're doing here. Thalia, okay. We can always Pyroclasm, so that's perfectly acceptable. It's going to be very sad when we Pyroclasm to deal with precisely one threat. But that's what we have to do. Drawing more lands than I want. I think I'm going to allow this Thalia to stick around for a turn, especially because if they top deck another red source, Thalia is going to force them to pay. It's going to make them tap out for the Chandra. 4 mana, 5 with Thalia in play, and then we get to Stubborn Denial it, and that's something I want. Taking a little bit of damage off of Thalia, not great, but acceptable. Okay, they're not going for it. Are they actually playing around Stubborn Denial? Because I wasn't expecting it. Huntmaster. That's a good reason to blow the Pyroclasm. The opponent cannot Coco on our end step. How much mana are we gonna need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Pyroclasm plus Huntmaster. We have a Steam Vents in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steam Vents and Stomping Ground, the last cards, the last fetchables in the deck. Believe we're gonna want Stomping Ground over Steam Vents. We're gonna start off by Pyroclasm. Ah, it's 3 mana. It's 3 mana. We can't do both and have Denial up. Okay, so that means we put down Denial. That means the opponent easily Chandras. So, do I want to just play out Huntmaster, hope they don't hit a land, and that we're able to Denial the Chandra? And that's the other option here. I actually kind of like that, because I don't want to tap out. Huntmaster can deal with Thalia. So that is a decent reason to not blow the Pyroclasm. I don't think it's great holding up Stubborn Denial here. I think it's good enough. I'd rather do that than tap out and let the opponent slam a Coco on our end step and then slam Chandra on their main phase. That seems bad. The opponent's going for something. It's a Lightning Bolt that we can't deal with, so that's going to resolve. That's bad for us. Well, they just top-decked something. They have Chandra and Mystery Card. They're going to get in here for 2. We're going to, of course, allow it because we don't profitably block. Hoping to see a Chandra without a land. One, 2, 3, 4. Yes! We got there. We got there. Don't know if that's good enough, but it's happening. Close that revealed card zone. We no longer know what is in the opponent's hand, but that's acceptable. Let's fetch. Get the Stomping Ground. Flash Freeze. Okay. Racing is bad, but I almost kind of want to race. We don't block well. I think I'm just going to use the Pyroclasm, to be quite frank. We Pyroclasm here, we hold up Flash Freeze. Hopefully that's enough. The opponent might have something really good in hand. They also might not. Well, here's a Temple Garden. That's probably a top deck. That or they just weren't playing around Stubborn Denial last turn. We got a Tarfire. Pass it back. Playing Draw-Go against Zoo is not something I expected to happen. But here we are. That can't be Tarfired. I also don't really want to Flash Freeze it. I think we let that live. If we let Wild Nacatl live, there's a chance we just die in 4 turns. If we counter it, there's a chance they draw a bomb. I think we just let it live. What are the chances we draw absolute nothing for the next few turns? Huntmaster. Not nothing. Huntmaster is not nothing. Bring that life total up. Make some bodies. Wolf plus Starfire deals with Nacatl. Just saying. Bolt. Yep. Oh, we could have flash freezed that. Did I want to flash freeze that? Huntmaster's pretty good. I probably want to flash freeze that. Once again, bad at Magic. I gotta think more. I think I'm playing too fast. We're gonna block here, Starfire that. That's okay. Yep, the opponent holding up mana. Yep, we're gonna take some damage. We're not doing this to stop damage. I got +0/+0, so they just wanted to hit us for 1. Sure. Hand away from that keyboard. Don't screw this up. Starfire that. Okay, and we're both top decking again. Now, if we use the Flash Freeze to save Huntmaster, we wouldn't have Flash Freeze, but we'd have Huntmaster. Entrancing Melody, okay. Oh, we're going to have a data point for Entrancing Melody? That's really exciting. I don't know if I want to play the Flooded Strand, but I feel like I have way more than enough mana. That makes me want to let things like Tarmogoyf resolve. Unfortunately, still not an instant. Do I just steal Wild Nacatl? I'm seriously considering just stealing Wild Nacatl. There's a point at which we just have to do something. Mana Leak, going to be basically hot garbage. At least we can Flash Freeze their next threat. Good enough, I guess. Alright. This is the first time we are ever casting Entrancing Melody. It's exciting. We don't have a Plains. It's just a 2/2. That's pretty funny. Well, we dealt with their Nacatl, and we have ways of dealing with their next stuff, so that's good. Mana Leak might actually hit a 4-drop here. So that's relevant. Just 3 mana. That means we're going to have to take it out with the Flash Freeze. If we let them tick up and make a plant token, we're probably not doing so well. Think we just counter this. Blue-green. If they have a follow-up, we can Mana Leak it, so that's good. Cashing in Mana Leak would make me pretty happy. They can Ratchet Bomb their Wild Nacatl if they like. That makes letting that resolve very bad. Snapcaster Mage, not the best pickup, but definitely not the worst. We have Lightning Bolt, Mana Leak, Stubborn Denial, Pyroclasm, Starfire, Flash Freeze, and, very interestingly, Entrancing Melody ready to be flashbacked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. That means we can Melody for 3 without playing out our 8th land. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm also going to want to pick up the pace here in case we do win and go to game 3. I'm going to let that resolve and then just have a 7/8 Goyf. Did I just say those words? I'm going to let this resolve and then have a 7/8 Goyf. Now, I don't know exactly how Snapcaster Mage is going to work, but I kind of... End of turn, okay, not until next end step, that's fine. Then we untap. I wanted to figure out how I could play Snapcaster Mage on the end step. Target Entrancing Melody. Have Entrancing Melody ready for this turn, take Tarmogoyf, and then swing with 2 creatures. Click this, click Melody. That's going to be fun. Let's let that resolve. Not Starfire. Melody, that. Blue, blue, 1, 2. We're actually going to play a land out here in case I do need to Mana Leak. And we're going to get in for 2. They might decide to Ratchet Bomb away the 2-drops, but that's okay. Because we dealt with Tarmogoyf in very stylistic fashion. Them having the Ratchet Bomb actually doesn't make that play that great. I do think I'm still okay with it, though. Don't believe it costs any mana to activate, so that's a bit of a bummer. Thalia's going to stick around. Oh, that's lame. They're going to blow up our 2-drops and be perfectly fine. That's not cool. On the bright side, subsequent Goyf's going to be very good. Here's a Spell Snare. Going to be good against their Goyfs. Swinging with Snapcaster Mage is free. We just may as well, basically. Yep, happens. We don't have any way of countering that. And go to the opponent. We have their Goyfs covered, so that's good. We have extremely expensive spells covered, so that's good. Kessig Wolfrun plus Thalia, something I'm a little scared of. They didn't do it, so that's good. Maybe they missed it. Maybe they want to hold on to Collected Company. Stubborn Denial, not going to do it here. This game is falling away. That's for certain. We're going to get in there because there's no reason not to. We actually might end up using Stubborn Denial and Mana Leak in conjunction to counter something. I actually want to counter that Hierarch, but I can't. That's going to speed up their clock by a turn, and also just present a body that's going to give us a non-zero amount of trouble. We still have a Snapcaster Mage in the deck, I believe. We do. Nothing to do on end step. I guess we could get that Steam Vents, but I don't love it. Okay, that's something I do love. Nux is probably not even going to save us. It enters tapped. I think the opponent just beats us with Thalia here. Just grow it. Pretty sure we just needed removal, which is really quite unfortunate. The opponent's going to swing. Okay, so that's 4. Costs 2 and then X. So they can get up to 8 power on this, which means blocking with Nacatl doesn't save us. So our out is they don't notice that they won. They didn't win, so that's good. We have a chance. Just one chance. Come back, tell our enemies, yada yada yada. Pia and Kieran actually can't be countered. If we Mana Leak, we force them to not be able to shoot us immediately. So I guess they did know that they can win. They just wanted to win more safely. I think we're just going to Mana Leak. We can at least stop them from winning immediately, which means we can maybe do something. Who knows what we can draw? The sky's the limit. Yep. What do we got? Delver of Secrets. Delver is the limit. Okay. So, we're about to lose by a very wide margin. We can swing and make them block. I think that's... If they don't block, we win. There you go. High EV play. Just swing anyways. I mean, we're super duper dead. We're dead 6 ways to Sunday. Any creature plus Wolfrun. Shooting Thopters. They're gonna double block. Do I even want to do anything? We could grow Nux. I guess we grow Nux. May as well. Maybe we'll bounce Nux in response to whatever they're gonna do. That's fantastic. That sounds like a fun play. Playing Delver doesn't really matter because it's going to enter tapped, so there's not even anything fun about it. The opponent sacking a Thopter, shooting us for 2 damage. Knuckleblade, return. Knuckleblade, that's enough. Come back. That's a Pokemon joke for those of you who don't get it. And then on the next turn it has haste, so Knuckleblade, I choose you. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Naya Zoo. Naya Company, Naya Zoo and Naya Company are basically the same deck. Company is just a variant of Naya Zoo. Beating us 2 games to none. Pretty decidedly even. I mean, to be fair, that game lasted a very long time, and we basically just didn't draw any threats after punting, protecting Huntmaster. So I'm pretty sure we should have protected Huntmaster there. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.